With the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp hearing making headlines left, right, and centre, Depp's entire life and career are now receiving more attention than ever before. But who was the actor before this infamous case? And how did his career suddenly come to a halt? In this video, we're taking you through the rise and fall of Johnny Depp. Before he was the greatest chocolatier in the world and everyone's favourite pirate, Johnny Depp was a self-admitted weirdo back when he was young. The actor was born in June 1963 and moved to Florida when he was 7 years old. The shift was a little hard for the young boy, and he turned to music when he felt like he had nothing else. The future actor spent hours playing his guitar, and by age 13 he was part of a garage band that played at small parties and local gigs. However, that kind of life at such a young age exposed Depp to a lifestyle of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. He used to be sneaked into nightclubs to perform with his bands, and as a result, he had access to all kinds of drugs. At the same time, Depp's situation at home wasn't all that great. The actor remembers his mum being extremely violent towards him and his siblings, as well as their dad, putting them all through extreme physical and emotional abuse. As a result, Depp grew up to be extremely shy and always kept to himself. Depp was 15 when his parents got a divorce, which only added to his troubles. The same year, Depp dropped out of high school with dreams of becoming a rock star. This was when he started taking his musical career more seriously than ever before. His band, known as The Kids, played at several events and even opened for quite a few well-known bands, but it just wasn't enough to make any money. Johnny Depp had to live in his friend's car for months on end because he had nowhere to go. The band then ended up moving to LA to try and find their big break, but not much later they broke up, with Johnny having to pursue his passion alone. He had to take up all kinds of jobs to support his dream. In 1983, at the age of 20, Depp married makeup artist Lori Allison, who had moved to LA along with him. She ended up introducing him to her ex-boyfriend Nicolas Cage, who suggested that Depp should get into acting when he saw that the failed musician was applying to jobs at video stores. The actor introduced Depp to a Hollywood agent, and that's how he ended up with a role in the 1984 horror flick Nightmare on Elm Street. Working with Wes Craven in one of his very first roles proved to be the best move for Depp's acting career. With his convincing performance as Glenn, the protagonist's boyfriend, Depp opened up a whole new world for himself in Hollywood. A year later, Depp ended up ending his marriage with Allison, but his career was on an upward trajectory to say the very least. After struggling to find substantial roles, the actor decided to take things seriously and enrolled himself in an acting class. And well, let's just say that all the hard work paid off when the actor landed a role in the Canadian TV show called 21 Jump Street, which is what truly turned him into a household name. His role on 21 Jump Street earned Depp enough recognition to star in films such as Cry Baby, a musical where Depp got to showcase his musical prowess, and of course, the iconic Tim Burton masterpiece, Edward Scissorhands. Not only was Edward Scissorhands the most monumental film in the actor's career, it was also how he found love. Soon after the film was released, Johnny made it official with his co-star in the film, actress Winona Ryder. The two soon got engaged and were destined to be Hollywood's next power couple, before some internal conflicts led to their breakup. While the actor definitely took this loss to heart, he never let it affect his performance. He continued to star in some of the most successful films of the era, including hits like What's Eating Gilbert Grape in 1993. However, if something never left the actor's side, it was his one-sided love affair with drugs. In the early 1990s, Depp began dabbling in drugs once again. The actor was in a very public relationship with Kate Moss back then and made headlines for his reckless behaviour, such as trashing a hotel room during one of their heated arguments. Things seemed to return to normal for Depp when the actor embarked on a second venture with Tim Burton in the film Ed Wood. The film earned Depp his second Golden Globe nomination, so he ended up collaborating with Burton for a third time with Sleepy Hollow. At the same time, he kept experimenting with his roles, and starred in all kinds of films including the sci-fi hit The Astronaut's Wife and the thriller From Hell. However, the film that really solidified the actor's career in Hollywood was his role as Captain Jack Sparrow in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean in 2003. Snarky, sarcastic, and charming, Depp stunned the audience as Jack Sparrow, becoming an immortal character in the world of cinema with the kind of performance that he delivered. Depp won several awards for his portrayal of the hilarious pirate, even earning an Academy Award nomination for the role in 2004. After this, Depp was easily one of the world's most recognizable actors. His fame only increased with the release of the sequel to Pirates of the Caribbean in 2006, where the actor reprised the iconic role. He He did the same in the third installment of the franchise, which once again ended up becoming a box office hit and earned millions of dollars. Depp earned himself a Golden Globe after working alongside Helena Bonham Carter in Sweeney Todd and began to take on more experimental roles. However, in 2012, the actor's life changed forever when he got involved with his The Rum Diary co-star Amber Heard, who the actor had almost immediately gotten together with after his split with longtime partner Vanessa Paradis. Depp and Paradis had 2 children back then and had been together for about 14 years before calling it quits. Johnny and Heard were part of a whirlwind romance and ended up marrying each other in 2015, only to file for divorce a few months later. This is when it all came crashing down. Heard had not only filed for divorce, but she had also obtained a legal restraining order against the actor, alleging that he had physically abused her in their relationship. While the two reached a settlement, with both parties claiming that no one hurt anyone in the relationship, Heard once again went public with her story of domestic violence in December 2018, which heavily implied that Depp was her abuser. Now, at this point the actor had already started struggling with his reputation. News outlets were referring to him as a wife-beater, and the actor had started losing out on contracts. He was asked to step down from his role of the genius wizard Grindelwald from the Fantastic Beasts franchise, and even ended up being pulled from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies that essentially made his career what it once had been. Depp's drug abuse had also resurfaced during this time, leading people to believe that he really was a horrible person. Depp then filed a lawsuit against Heard on the grounds of defamation, but by then the whole world and almost all of Hollywood had already turned on him. However, the real shocker came in 2020 when a bunch of leaked recordings exposed Amber Heard's abuse towards Depp, showing that the situation was actually the complete opposite of what the world was led to believe. The actress is heard admitting to physically assaulting Depp multiple times in the recording, turning the whole situation into a confusing mess. The actor then filed a $50 million lawsuit against Amber Heard for her Washington Post op-ed that had ruined his career and reputation to the point of no return. The trial officially begun in April 2022 and led to quite a few revelations about Depp's relationship with Heard. Now, for those of you who don't know, Depp's career has practically been at a standstill since the release of the op-ed. But ever since the trial, the whole world has been re-evaluating the entire situation. Depp has provided sufficient evidence to prove just how abusive Heard was towards him, instead of it being the other way around. According to the evidence, the actress has put Depp in several life-threatening situations, growing increasingly violent during the course of their relationship, reminding Depp of his mother. Depp went up to the stand himself and spoke of his dynamic with Heard, and how his career has had to suffer the consequences of their toxic relationship. As the trial proceeds, it seems like there is way more to the story than we know, and the whole world is waiting to see the kind of impact this legal battle will have. Depp's career seems to be taking a turn for the better now that he has had a chance to tell his story after years of silence. That's a wrap for the rise and fall of Johnny Depp. Do you think the actor will ever be able to restore his glory? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more. See you next time with something new. Until then, bye.